This is Keith Helwig from Cops Corrections Videos. If you like my videos, hit the red subscribe button. I'd like to talk today about morale in law enforcement. And I'm not talking just about police work, I'm talking about corrections, probation, parole, any of the many branches of law enforcement. I have to say that for some years now, morale has been low and getting lower and lower each and every year. Right now, morale is probably the lowest I've ever seen it in corrections and in law enforcement. I was a captain and I have several friends that live in my jurisdiction as a police officer, and I talk to them about what's going on in the institutions, and the morale just sucks. One of the reasons morale sucks is upper management. Upper management, oftentimes, I know particularly in the Department of Corrections, rules, policies, and procedures are dictated by people who work out of an office in Madison and probably have never been inside of an institution, or if they have, it was so long ago that they really don't relate any longer. Now, I know I've been out for almost 4 years now. I could not go back in and start dictating policy and procedures because I've been out of the loop. Well, unfortunately, that's happened to a lot of the people that run the Department of Corrections. And the same is true in police forces. We have a local police department right now that is 13 officers short, and they're asking a city mandate to hire 6 new officers. Well, if you can't fill the positions you have now, what makes you think you're going to fill the positions that you're trying to create? This department has probably, I'm just estimating, probably 60 officers on the entire department. In the last 10 years, they've had at least a 50% turnover. Just recently, they put one of their most experienced detectives on administrative leave, basically because he and the chief don't get along. They demoted another detective, so he retired. They had a lieutenant, excellent lieutenant. She was really a good example to everybody, and they tried playing games with her, and she ended up being retired. So morale is down in the dumps. Well, what can be done to improve morale? You know, I know things that have been tried. When I worked in the prison system, we had a merit compensation award. It was a $1,500 award that went to employees based on their merit. It was based on their job performance. It was based on the fact that they didn't have any disciplinary write-ups in the last year, and based on the fact that they went above and beyond their call of duty. Now, as a supervisor, we were each mandated to recommend, I don't remember, it was either 5 or 6 people to receive the merit compensation awards. Well, as a point of pride, I recommended people that I felt deserved it. There were people I recommended and did get the compensation that I didn't like. I did not like them as a person, but they'd gone above and beyond in their duties as an officer. Then again, there are other people. There was one officer in particular who was a thorn in management's side. He knew the policies and procedures and the rules inside and out, and if somebody did something to violate those policies and procedures, it didn't matter if it was the warden, a deputy warden, or me, he would call us on it, and 9 times out of 10 he was correct. He was disliked. Now, I didn't have a problem with him as a person, but an incident happened where an inmate collapsed, and he was the first person on the scene. He administered CPR. He did everything he could and helped save this inmate's life. I recommended him for a merit compensation award based on that, and the fact that he also ran one of the hardest units on grounds. He didn't get it. Now, ironically, someone who was a favorite of one of the other supervisors, who happened to be a tower officer for the past 10 years, did get a merit compensation award. Now, the reason they got the award was because they hadn't been written up. They'd been there 10 years and they never took a sick day. You know, the award was for people who go above and beyond. Now, I don't mean to detract from the importance of tower officers, but simply giving someone a merit compensation award simply because they show up every day and do their job, that certainly is not going to set morale very high. It got to the point where I remember one individual I recommended for the merit compensation award and received it was actually angry at me because there were so many people that were getting this award basically because one supervisor or another liked them, not based on their merit, but based on their personality, that they were pretty much getting carved up as being a management's boy toy or whatever you wish to call it. And he didn't want the award because he didn't want to be known as a management kiss ass. Well, he got the award, and he and I are friends today, and I didn't give him the award, or I didn't recommend him for the award because he was a friend. I recommended him for the award because I knew in several situations we'd been in, he had my back. He wasn't afraid to get into the midst of the brawl with me, and he was a good man. So merit compensation, yeah, if you use it properly and you do it correctly, taking into account what the person actually does, leaving personality out of it can be a good thing. You know, then they tried things like pizza and popcorn and potato chips and all other kinds of stuff. Well, maybe if upper management got their head out of their butt and started relating to the people working the line, asking questions of them. What can be improved? What do we need to do to help make your job better? What can we do to make this a desirable place to be? You know, instead of lowering standards, instead of hiring just about anybody off the street because you need to fill a position. Ask the people that work the line what they can do. Get their input before you make decisions, before you make policies and procedures. Now, granted, some policies and procedures are just common sense, but there's others that pretty much are archaic and asinine because they were written 50 years ago by somebody sitting at a desk 200 miles away in Madison. So if you want to improve morale in your department, if you want to improve morale in your prison, start talking to the people who are working the line. Start talking to the people who truly make a difference in the lives of inmates. On a police department, talk to your individual officers. Whether it's a rookie officer that just started or whether it's an officer with 25 years in who's a salty old fart, talk to them, listen to them, see what they have to say. Maybe then morale will improve. Until next time, this is Keith Helwig from Cops Corrections. Stay safe and watch your back.